Okay, ladies and gentlemen, just gonna give you a little walk around my old Chevy pickup. It's a 1949 five-window cab, deluxe cab. I've had this thing for, well, far back as I can see any documentation, we'll call it, pictures or anything, is 2005, but I'm sure I had it before then. I'm thinking 2003, 2004-ish. So, and now it's 2018, November. And I'm just finally getting back to work on it. As you can see, it needs a lot of work. I'll show you here in a little bit and tell you basically what it is that I would like to do with it. The whole reason I bought it, my wife thought I was crazy for wanting another one of these old Chevy pickups. I've had numerous ones, and my son's also got a 47 that is a rat rod, that is not nearly as nice as this. But because this one was such a nice cab, I went and looked at it and decided I had to have it, because as you can see by, hopefully, by the videos, maybe I can grab a light and show a little better here, but it is in very good shape, with the exception of, you know, it's going to need cab corners. And if you can see, I don't know how, you know, well this shows up, they're pretty good on the corner round here, the back of the driver's side cab. It's split. Now, who knows to how that happened. The guy I bought it from said it was a truck from the western United States. Now, I'm living in northern Minnesota right now, and I bought this thing in southeast Minnesota down by, I think I bought it in a town called Canton. But I can't be 100% sure of that. But anyway, southeast Minnesota, southeast of Rochester. And he said it came out from, I want to say, Wyoming or someplace thereabouts. I'm going to grab a light here and see if I can shine the inside here a little bit. Let's see if we can see anything. Excuse my poor camera work, but as you can see, the floors, this is the driver's side floor, kick panel, and around. It's literally really nice shape. Over there, passenger side, kick panel, you know, across the floor, center floor, tunnel opening there, under the seat, back in the corners, the double wall stuff, 5-window spot. Again, I think fairly, really nice shape. Now, that is particularly the reason I bought this. When I bought it, it had a different front clip on it. I have the doors that came on it. They're in another storage building, and it had the original rear end and original front end. And as you can see, the rear end is not the original one anymore. That is a Ford 8.8 out of an Explorer, I believe. So I wanted a modern rear end, obviously, and there's a number of ways to do that. You know, one way was to start with a whole new chassis, just start with something newer, like a very popular S10. We have done that with the rat rod. It turned out okay. you know, even with those, there's a lot of ways to do them. But because this frame and chassis, you can see it's still got the original leaf springs in it, I will probably be changing them out at some point for a 4-link style rear end with coilovers or just regular coils. I haven't decided yet. That's a ways off. I want to kind of keep it a roller so I can move it around, even though you can see it's on dollies, because obviously it doesn't have motor or transmission in it, which you can see by this up front. And again, you know, it's pretty much unmolested. But going back to that, this chassis is in such nice shape for a stock chassis. It's got a couple little, I won't call them tweaks, just kind of, you can see up here in the front where I'm starting to box in a little bit. It's got a couple little, not perfectly straight on the bottom of the frame rail. That's why I'm going to box it. And the other reason is, as you can see, this is not the stock front end. And on one of the websites, the old Chevy pickup board, the 67 to 72 Chevy truck board, going 47 to 55 section. Actually, it's in the suspension section, and if you can find it, I called it an 03 Crown Vic, but that is incorrect. It's like, it's newer than 05. It's got to be like an 05 or whatever. Whatever year they started using this aluminum front suspension on them, on the Crown Victorias. Now, obviously, this is, if you've ever measured one or looked at one or whatever, a Crown Victoria, they are wider than what I would need. But I came across this one, and again, a lot of people do different things for a lot of reasons, and one of the main reasons is, well, it's what I had. Well, I didn't have this one, but our local salvage yard decided that they wanted to part with this one real cheap. I think I paid $100 for all the aluminum stuff you see with the A-arms, upper and lower A-arms, coils, buckets, everything but the wheels and tires. The brakes and everything came with it. It was just sitting out and sitting free. And so I said, well, what do you want for it? And they said, well, whoever had robbed something off it, I think I believe it was the rack and pinion steering, and I think they actually took the front of the frame off, the frame section. So I knew the guys fairly well. They always treated me good. He looked at me and said $100. I said, I'll take it. I could literally back out, load it up by myself because it's light enough in the back of my pickup, and drove away with for $100. That is the primary reason. And you know, would I do it again? Probably not. But let me tell you what happened here. So, because it's too wide, I'm looking right down there, and that is primarily why you can see a little weld bead there. Well, it's more than just a little weld bead. So what we did is we cut out about 7 inches, a little over 7, I want to say 7¼ inches out of the center of this, right where it's kind of straight and square and everything like that. Cut about 7¼ inches out, slipped it together, sleeved it on the inside, welded the snot out of it, and then welded the snot out of the outside on the box. Trimmed off a few pieces that we didn't need, set it up under there, and as you can see, I built, you know, some mounts for it that are somewhat less intrusive. So my thought on it was I could always, if I just hated it, if I got this thing together and it was scary dangerous going down the road, which, gosh, all the experts on the interweb tell me it will be, then I can just take this off of here. I can literally unbolt it, snip the top of these nubs off, clean the frame again, and be back to a stock frame. And then I'll go do something else. But I gotta try this. I'm just this way. I'm kind of one of them guys that's probably not very smart in that way, but somebody tells me it can't be done. I gotta almost prove it to myself. Sometimes I'm kind of quiet about it. This one was posted up on the suspension part of the old Chevy truck board, that 47 to 55, and well, actually in the suspension of the section of the whole board, and got mixed results, mixed reviews I should say. So, and I tell you what, this thing has been sitting for a lot of years. It kept putting on the back burner and everything like that. So here it is. I went down to southeast Minnesota. I had it stored at my nephew's farm. It was sitting outside. I just decided, being as how it's November, it's time to give this thing a little attention. I've got a lot of projects going. I'm hoping to at least get this thing to be a roller. Throw a motor and transmission in it, which I'm not really sure what I'm going to use for a motor and transmission yet. And you know, corner cab windows, I have them somewhere. I have a box for it. Everything excluding the floor boards for the box and a tailgate. Other than that, I have pretty much everything. I think I got the rails that go in. I know I got the rails and everything that go. How good a shape they're in, I don't know. I have a front clip for it. I think if you look over here, I got a radiator sitting here, and I'm not sure if that's going to work. If it doesn't, I bought an aluminum one for our rat rod that will fit, that is custom made to fit. I bought that through a well-known company. I think Jegs is where I got it. That will work just fine because it works great for the rat rod. And the rat rod, by the way, has got a 454 in it, so it keeps that cool. So I'm not sure what I'm going to use for a motor in this thing yet. I've kicked around a lot of purposes or possibilities. Sitting on the engine stand over there is a 350 motor out of a 89 Chevy pickup. Burned a lot of oil, so I might freshen that up, throw a carb on the top, run that. Got my eye on a 454 on Craigslist. I'm toying with that idea. I kind of like that. Sitting right there is an AMC, blasphemy, AMC 360 out of a 71 Jeep pickup. And ways I'd like to do that, because I need to do something with that motor. In other ways, yeah, maybe not so much. Tell me I'm an idiot. I don't know. Leave a comment and I'll post this up somewhere, probably YouTube, on my YouTube channel. Yoda Off-Roada, YODAOFFROADA, Yoda Off-Roada. Well, if you see the video, if you seeing this, you'll be there. So that's about it for now. I'm gonna go to work on it, try and do some welding up front here, and putting in my attaching the trailing arms here, or whatever they called, to the frame. Got brackets there kind of set up for it. So that's all for now, and hopefully there'll be many more of these. There it is, 1949 Chevy 5-window cab. Thanks for watching.